Well, I'm okay. Welcome to Get Roaring. I am Rory. Fancy meeting you. Here it's time for some NHL franchise mode. We are trying to save the Buffalo Sabres. Sabres. Speaking of big trades going down, the Minnesota Wild picking up Quinn Hughes. Goodness. Edmonton Oilers swapping goalies with Pittsburgh. It's a wild time. Like nothing happened around American Thanksgiving, but apparently this week was the time. Goodness. Well, we made some swaps last time. We got Boldy. That was good. We got Dustin Wolf. Got some big things going on. We're doing all right overall. Let's go look at the standings and see how we're doing. Standings. Oh my god. Oh, you know what? We'll do it the other way. I'm good. We are 3 points behind the Panthers. We're tied with the Leafs. Just ahead of them, I suppose. And a couple points ahead of the Lightning. Now, the Metro looks like a pretty close carbon copy situation of our division. Maybe a little points, like a few points off, but fourth is 22 and fifth is 21 on in both divisions. So the East is pretty tight. East is pretty tight. Let's see. Get some time in. I do want to actually, I do want to see what the coach is doing with the lines. Zach Benson either fits on the first or the fourth. Makes sense why he's got him on the fourth. Would like him higher though. He is quite young. Should be on the third. Where's Coolidge fit? He's kind of the same. Like him and Benson. Similar with Jack Quinn. What is Zucker's contract? Modified no trades. 5 teams no trade. Not too bad. I think depending where we are on the deadline, maybe Zucker goes, and then hopefully either we can replace him or Benson moves up, something like that. We'll see where we are though, because if we have a legit shot at a playoff spot, it's gonna be hard to not carry through with that. We're not gonna do any. I don't think we'll do any rentals unless we see like a wily veteran that will help us out for like a inexpensive situation, but I kind of doubt that. All right. Got some time here. Let's go all the way up to the Islanders here. See what happens. Well, we beat the Oilers and the Flames. Noah Juleson. 28. Doesn't fit on Lindy Ruff's scheme, but maybe we could turn him into something? Okay. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. 23 overall 70. He was a first rounder. Underlying stats aren't great. He is a sniper. What are we looking at with Rathbone? Nothing impressive. And we just picked up a defenseman. Can we do this without the 7th? Okay. Apparently me giving up a 7th round pick was taking it seriously. A 7th round pick next year is taking it seriously. I'm okay with this. Okay. I just want to see if Noah Juleson will get us anything. Actually has more trade value than Bryson or Bogosian right now. That's probably not accurate. Jansen Harkins, 7th. Okay, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he does not. Okay. We'll give him a little time to see where it goes. But we traded Rathbone, so we picked up Juleson. 1 for 1, basically. It's fine. Grudge match with Carolina. Not really feeling grudge matchy. So I think we'll just move along. 2 4s. Tyson Kozak. 75 overall, 22, top 9. The stars are okay. Leinonen, not really worried about. 6 rounder is fine. I don't think Kozak's going to be anything of value. How come this guy is getting paid $870? Because he's 3 inches taller? See if they do that. Okay. Good with that. Couple 4ths? Okay. Derek Forbort. 81 top 4D roll. 33. What does his contract look like? 2 million for this year? Could have value. Okay. Feel good about this year of rookies? I feel good about them too. Funny that. Seven to 1 win. We're gonna keep going. We are rolling. Goodness. Can we keep rolling? Yes, we can. Apparently. Okay. Another player available? Lots of players available. 23 years old, overall 77, undrafted. Six foot 1, 194 pounds. I mean, his salary sort of dictates that he's not a pushover. Very physical, good shooting. Two-way forward, good defense. Skating has a lot to be desired. I mean, free player, so I think he looks like he could be something. I'm gonna go with it. Okay. Let's take a look at what we've just acquired. And see if we can find some trades. Look at our defense for a minute. Forward might actually be a better choice than Bogosian. Noah Juleson is way down here. No wonder. That's no big deal. I mean, he's in the minors. It's fine. Is he even playing? Like, who knows? He's been playing for Rochester. We're doing okay. Is Forbort in the NHL or the AHL? He's in the NHL. We have a lot of defensemen in the NHL. We might need to clear out some stuff. Let's see what we do. Okay. I mean, I don't really care about either of these guys in the end. They're both over 30. So, like, if Forbort gets us a little more... Oh, Zach Bogosian... I don't know. If he gets us a little more, like, what would we get for him? A 5th and a 7th. Somebody can do better than this. 4th and a 7th. 4th and a player. Can we get, like, a 3rd? Yeah. Get, like, a 3rd, maybe, for next year. Third in Finley? Maybe. It's gonna be a late 3rd, I'm assuming. Although ours will be late on the later half as it goes. Winnipeg, maybe? Check out Winnipeg. I mean, I'm okay with this. Winnipeg is very good. So their pick is gonna be late. What have they got? I mean, I would rather take this year if possible. I mean, anything can happen this year. More picks this year I think is good. 3rd and 7th this year? What about Jilkin? What do we know about this Jilkin? Wrong thing? Okay. Skaters matching block. Not much hope. 22 though. I mean, can I get this 2nd rounder? What was Jilkin anyway? 3rd rounder. Can I get him? Do that? Take away the 7th? Add in a 7th? I mean, 7th, whatever. Add in a 6th? Did he get done, I think? No? Okay, maybe not. Maybe he's just a little too good. I mean, could go to a 4th. Upgrade a 4th to a 3rd. Be a late 3rd. And then throw in the 7th? Let's try the 6th. Woefully insufficient. Woefully. Straight up? We do a better 4th? We do our own 4th? I don't know if this is really worth it. Try a third and a fifth. Oh, Winnipeg. They need to trade a skater. That's why. Alright, just a sec. Defenseman. Like, what would Bogosian net me? 6 and a 7th. I think we just do that. Fine. Third in Montgomery? Sure. There we go. Forward can play. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we're good. Okay. Well, that might have cost us some chemistry, but c'est la vie, you know. Let's go ahead. Got Ottawa and we got Boston. Some divisional opponents. Giovanni Smith? Giovanni? What do we got? 27, 78. He'd be pretty much an AHL player. He's a grinder. I mean, I guess so. Doesn't hurt Rochester, that's for sure. 4th and Kozak for a 5th and a 4th. Not really. Also fine. Alright, let's sim against Ottawa. We haven't simmed in a month or so. We're doing okay. 20 wins on the season. Crank her up to 8 times. Let's go. Vincent puts one in on Dustin Wolf. Nothing else happens in the first. Zucker puts one in on the power play, but Shabbat gets it right back. Greg puts one in. 3-1 Ottawa so far. I haven't looked that snappy. Is it Zach Bogosian? Could be Zach Bogosian. Changed everything. Danforth puts one in. 3-2. Sanderson gets one back, though. 4-2 for Ottawa. Power play. Nothing doing. Claude Giroux puts in the 5th for Ottawa. Bit of a runaway at this point. Zucker says no, sir. Will not let this end as it has. But Pintos, puts one in the empty. So there we go. Never you mind. Claude Giroux 1 and 2, Cousins with 3 apples, and then Greg with 1 and 1. Losing to Ottawa, terrible. Okay. I can do Baston too, why not? (2012 and 4). Pretty good for like what I expected going into the season. I thought this would be super tank. But we're still not over the halfway mark, so good teams will be good teams. Nothing in the first period at all. Waitress puts it in on Dustin Wolf. Power play for Boston. Pasta puts one in, but not on the power play. Boldy gets one back. Benson right after that. Good stuff. But Zadorov puts one in, and then Corrali as well. 4-2. Wild second period. 6 goals. Goodness. Go into the third. Danforth puts one in. Power play for us. 5-on-3. Rasmus Dahlin scores. Tied 4-4. Danforth gets another power play goal. Wow, Boston really put themselves in a pickle there. 5-4 with a minute left. Zadorov ties it. We go into OT. Wild game. It's 36-34 shots. Goodness. Okay, shootout time. Rasmus Dahlin scores on the shootout. We have a defenseman out there. Goodness. He scores a goal. Tage Thompson, and then they also send a defenseman out in McAvoy. I don't understand, but sure, it worked for both teams, kind of. Final is 6-5, one with a shootout win over Boston. No goaltenders are found in the 3 stars. Rasmus Dahlin with 1 and 2, Danforth with 2, and Pasta 1 and 2. Well then. What a crazy win that was. At the end of the year, almost. Just about. We still have 2 more games in the year. 21-12-4. Pretty good so far. Let's go up to Montreal here. The fan happiness has slumped a little bit. It was at like 91, I think. Still rolling. 27-13-5. Halfway through January. Got a couple against Toronto coming up. A couple against Montreal, 1 against Toronto. 3 against Montreal. 3 in 3 weeks. They are going to fight each other. That is for sure. Montreal is 20-19-8. How are we doing in the standings? Let's take a look. We're still second to the Lightning. We're now 7 points ahead of the Leafs. Montreal is out of this thing. So this should be... These 3 games against Montreal should yield some points. I'm not saying we're going to win all 3, but we should do okay. We should do okay. A very quiet first period. Everybody's settling in. No big deal. Okay, well, nothing happened. First period done. Kapanen puts one in on Ellis. Well, Duke puts one in on Ellis. I guess we have goaltender problems right now. It looks like somebody is out. Either Levi or Wolf. We could check in on that after this game. Montreal is just tearing into us with shots. Third period. There we go. Power play, it's been good. Nothing doing now. Montreal with 39 shots on. Goodness. 40. Alright. Maybe it's our goaltending that's propping us up. Gotta say. Ellis with 39 stops in the loss. Goodness, he did his job. Dobish with 27. Kapanen with a goal. You know. That was a tough 2-0 loss. I would say Ellis did his job, though. It wasn't goaltending. Just didn't score. Take a look at the lines. Benson's up to the third line. He's also an 84. You'd hope that he gets up there further. Lomberg's here. What's our defense look like? Darling Power, Byram, Jacob Bryson, Timmins, and Forbort. That makes sense. Goalies, Levi and Ellis. So Dustin Wolf is hurt. Dustin Wolf is hurt. So is Josh Doan. Zach Jones. But yeah, Dustin Wolf is out. Let's take a look at the injuries, see what's going on. Dustin Wolf is out till January 28th. Sprained ankle. Okay, not the end of the world. Josh Doan is gone for like basically the season, or at least most of it. Zach Jones will be back. Okay. That's tough. That is tough. Dustin Wolf gone for another 2 weeks or so, it looks like. It looks like basically goaltending is propping us up. So it's a bit of a smoke screen on our part, because now we're starting to lose 4 games in a row. We got 1 point out of this one, but Dustin Wolf gets hurt and things start to happen. So the reality comes through. Grudge match against Montreal. Good stuff. It should be a grudge match. Levi versus Montembeault. Although I didn't think Levi was too bad. But maybe carrying the load is a little too much for him. I don't know. Quinn puts one in on Montembeault. Gets a quick start. Good. Two for Quinn. Way to go, Jack. Good stuff. One of them like right on top of the goaltender. Goodness. Boldy puts in another one. 3-0. Good stuff. On 4 shots. Oh, Montembeault's having a tough one. So it's not our goaltending that's the problem here, because they got 16 shots on. Bolduc gets one on Levi. 5 on 3 for Montreal. Nothing doing. Cole Caulfield gets one back. They're sneaking back into this game. We need to get it. We need to get an insurance marker here. Like a good neighbor, Honzik is there. Good stuff. Dobish is in net now. Power play for Montreal. They're trying to slip back into this thing, but they put a lot of shots on, that's for sure. I don't know if they're like high danger chances though. Alright, 4-2 win over Montreal. 4-2-3, whatever that was. Anyways, Dovish and Levi are both there. Quinn with 2. 4-2 win, that's it. It's a win. That's what matters. Win. So far we've split the 3 games with Montreal. We got Toronto over here. Let's go say hi. People really want Kozak. I mean, I don't know. It was a 7th round pick, but it looks pretty good. Let me just remove him from the trading. I don't know. We'll just leave him. Fine. We can just reject. Our team chemistry has taken a bit of a hit. That could be from the losing, though. See how we do against Montreal. Or sorry, Toronto. And then Montreal again on Saturday night there. Toronto on a Tuesday. Nick Robertson puts one in on Wolf. Wolf is back. Good stuff. Little neck. Lomberg. Short-handed goal. What? On Joseph Wall. What are you doing, Wall? Goodness. From the top of the circle, too. Did you just walk across the line and blast that thing? Goodness. I'll take it. I'll take it, Lomberg. Good man. I was thinking about it, though, because Lindy Ruff is our coach. But there's, like, a chance in this game that he could retire. 1-1 after 3 going into OT. I don't know if I should try and just, like, get a really expensive coach again, though. That's the thing. Austin Matthews and William Nylander score in the shootout. Goodness. Both of them from different sides. 2-1 win for the Leafs in the shootout. Dustin Wolf, 29 stops. Joseph Wall with 25. And Kesselring, in his revenge tour, I guess, 1 assist for the Toronto Maple Leafs. We're similar. Are we tied now? No, they're 5 points behind us still. We have 5 overtime losses. 3 points behind the Lightning, 5 hit points ahead of the Leafs. Both of the wild cards in the East are in the Metropolitan right now because nobody is close. The Metro is way better a division than the Atlantic. Like, Hurricanes and Capitals are at 4th and 5th with 65 points. That's the same as us. Goodness. Metro is a much tougher division. With the wild cards, though, you get the swing over there, and it helps out, at least, with that. Because, would... Yeah, okay, the Flyers have 57, the Panthers have 60, so the Panthers would be, like, next in kind of thing. But they're not going to get there. I doubt it. I'd be surprised. So, basically, the Panthers have to take the spot from the Leafs. Same with the Red Wings. Alright. Our third match against Montreal in 3 weeks. See how we do. Evans on Evans on Dustin Wolf. Caulfield puts it in a power play goal. Still on the power play. It's probably a 5-minute. I'm guessing it's a major. Power play again for Montreal. Goodness, what are we doing? Benson puts one in on Montembeault. Gallagher gets one in on Wolf. 3-1. No defense was found whatsoever in this game. Norris gets one in on Montembeault. 3-2. 4-2. Line still around. Didn't know. 4-2 over. It's 4-2 so far for Montreal in the second. Power play for us. All right, 4-2 headed into the third. Still an opportunity here. Bolduc puts one in on Wolf. I don't know why Montreal plays so good against us, but then again, I think it's a lot of smoke and mirrors on our part. I think it's goaltending. So if Wolf's not on his game, then we have less of a chance to win. Pretty much how it is. 7-2. Wolf getting just absolutely caved in at this point. 45 shots by Montreal. I don't even know. Full Caulfield 2-1, Matheson 1-2, and Montembeault gets the third star at 27 stops. He stopped 2, or he stopped all but 2. He basically did his job and got third star. Dustin Wolf just they left him to the Wolves. That's what happened there. That's what it feels like. All right, past the Olympic break, there's the trade deadline. We're gonna go all the way up to Tampa here. We're currently in a playoff spot, so, and it's looking pretty solid. All right, back into games. 4-3 win over the Devils. The Minnesota Wild have fired their head coach John Hines. Okay. Okay. Up against the first place in the division, the Lightning. We have 1 week until the trade deadline. We are in a playoff spot, so this is not liquidation time. Normally it would be. But let's take a look at the lines. Question is do we try and go out and improve some things? Good. Benson's up to the first line. I mean, Kulich is down here, but Kulich is okay at this point. He's scratched right now. Okay, Zach Jones, Lomberg, Giovanni Smith. That's fine. The question is do I go out and try and improve on Zucker? I kind of wanna. What is Zach Norris? Zach Morris? I don't know. What is Josh Norris? Two-way forward. We have two-way forwards with a playmaker. Kulich is a sniper. Be nice to get, I mean, also Josh Doan is on our first line. Goodness. What do we got? Boldy power forward. H. Thompson, I believe, is also a power forward. Yeah. So we got double power forward on the first line. Which is not great, but you know, sometimes you work with what you got. It's a +3. Let's see what kind of trade value Zucker has. It'd be nice to get younger with Zucker. This doesn't have much. Like a couple 4th rounds. It's not really moving the needle. A 3rd and a 4th maybe with the Islanders. Kopi Niemela from the Leafs, like. That isn't like Protus. That isn't the monster, is it? It is. Ilya Protus? I mean, that's kind of tempting. It'd be nice to get like a player right now. The fact that OV is eligible for trade is wild to me. Connor McMichael would be good, but I don't know what kind of player he is. Two-way forward. Doesn't help. Ryan Leonard? So many two-way forwards. No, I'm thinking of that player. I'm thinking of Alexi Protas. Yes, okay. That was very confusing there for a second. Is this like his brother? Okay, hold on. I'm kind of curious. Like if we do it the other way around. Zach Jones. Danforth. Basically a bunch of bottom 6 guys. So obviously not the same cachet as Alexei. This can't be like a lot pick-wise. Like, does our 4th get it done? Even if we buffer it? Let's buffer it with a, like a 6th. Woefully insufficient, apparently. What was he draft pick wise? 3rd. The 3rd, okay. Did we do that? Man, I'll trade a 4th for him. Eh, it works. I'm interested. I don't think, obviously he's not a, I don't know if that's his brother. It could be his brother. But a large human being for a 4th round pick that was a 3rd round pick, I'm okay with that. Okay. Couple 4ths, Topi Nimala. I mean, 3rd and a 4th? I don't know. Like, how are the Islanders doing? Are they even a playoff spot? They probably are. Like, I would take a forward back. Like Heineman, maybe? I don't even know if that would work. Like, they don't even want to trade Heineman, so... Might be a bit too much. Leafs 5th next year? Could do it. Fifth and a 7th? Alright, that works. There we go. Heineman's a little younger. Got a pick out of it. Upgraded some picks. Upgraded to a 3rd. Fine. Probably doesn't help our situation of winning, but I would like to go see if we can find like a younger forward. Younger forward, eligible for trade. Let's take a look around. Probably not like the super high end, but somebody. Coronado would be good. He fits on our first line scheme. He's a sniper. What would they want for Coronado? The 2nd and Heineman? Doan and a 3rd. On a 7-year, $6.5 million deal. He's potted. Yeah, he's doing okay. Cap will go up. Should be okay. 2nd and Heineman. Like, what's worth Heineman in picks? Heineman's not that great. Olsen is a 75 with 20, and he's 23. That seems like a more... Seems like it makes more sense. Feels like upgrading a sniper for sure. Can we do the 3rd round pick? Is that Tampa's 2nd? Toronto's 3rd. A 3rd in New Jersey's 4th? Sure. Perfect. I'm happy with that. Picked up Coronado. Should be able to play on our top 2 lines. Take a look. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Giovanni, don't worry about it. I got Coronado on the 2nd line. I'm okay with that. With Norris and Benson? Like a lot of players, he doesn't quite fit. But I'm not overly worried about that. We'll see what happens. Heineman slots in on the 4th line. I'm happy with that. He seems more like... I don't know. This seems more like we're... Well, he should be a top 6, so hopefully he can move up. Take Greenway's spot and keep going. But I'm okay with Coronado at 6.5 for 7 years. He's 23, so he should grow, especially playing with Norris and Benson. So I'm okay with him as a replacement for Zucker. We're paying $1.75 million more than that, so we'll see how it goes. But all right. We're gonna go to the deadline, I think, and we'll go through the deadline, see what happens. I am happy with that though. Pick up a little bit of salary, but it's okay. All right, we got to figure this out. Set ticket prices. We got to make sure our tickets are favorably priced. There we go. Let's go with 14,950. Perfect. People are happy with those. Concessions? Let's adjust a little bit. People are generally happy with it. French fries need to come down a little bit. Poutine, come on. We got to appeal to our friends from across the border there. And all Buffalonians? I don't know. That like cheese curds and gravy on fries. Do. Smoothie for $5. Fine. Nachos, clean $6. Good. Fine. Okay. Marketing budget. Definitely need to juice this up now. So we're gonna take a little bit out of the team. And we're gonna juice this up to 20. We still need to sell tickets during the season, so I want to keep my current trade block. Let's enter the trade deadline. Let's see what happens. Available. I am probably not. Look, Minnesota's going to trade Tuck. Oh boy. Most of these guys are in their 30s, not what I'm looking for. Trade alert. Flames trade a third. Bean and Miromanov to Vegas in exchange for Connolly and Aronin. Exactly a blockbuster. Doughty still has 2 years and 11 mil stuck in there. Goodness. Boston. Zadorov to Philly in exchange for 2 seconds. Goodness. What are we doing, Boston? Winnipeg Jets getting in on the action. I guess a prospect, a third, and a sixth in exchange for a Ferraro and a fourth. Eh, not a big deal. Not a big deal. Not really any youngins on the block, that's for sure. Corey Perry. Goodness. Jeff Skinner? Not a shock whatsoever. New Jersey. Prospect and Andre Palat in exchange for Christian Dvorak and Grunstrom. Again, nothing massive going on. I'm amazed that Shabbat is available. I mean, if we didn't have the D that we did, that would be somewhat appealing. But really, like, if we had even somewhat of a competent, like, fourth, like, I don't know, Bryson is 28, Forbort's 34, Zach Jones is 25. Zach Jones you probably want playing. Connor Timmins don't really care about, so if we can... Oh, the Oilers trade a second and Harventi in exchange for Kiefer Sherwood. Okay. So I don't really want Thomas Shabbat, but it'd be nice to have like a top 4 D. Maybe not these guys. Not going to try and get Doughty. No way. Matheson might kind of work. Little the age is not too bad. Artem Zub might work as well. Oh, I missed that one. Hold on. What was that last one there? Mason Marchment from Seattle goes back to Dallas for Sam Steele and Bertucci. Okay. Let's go to Ottawa for a second. Fine trade? Oh, are we at... He's not eligible for trade. Oh, that's kind of disappointing. Oh, all my hopes and dreams. I mean, that'd be nice. Mohamedoulan might be good too. A second at Zach Jones? You want anybody other than Zach Jones? Oh, and Byram. I mean, defense-wise. Ah, Connor Timmins. I mean, I doubt that. I speak too soon. Okay. Mohamedulin's in. Good. I am good with that. Now, again, not an immediate thing, but that's okay. That is okay. Jacob Bryson. Maybe we keep Forbort just for the experience. Because we don't really have anybody below that. Marco's coming, or Mertka's coming up eventually. That was surprising and happy. Not exactly what I was talking about, but Mohamedulin is going to be good. He's going to be a good player, so I'm happy with that. Good top 4 defenseman. A second and a third to Montreal. Exchange for Patrick Laine goes back to Columbus. What is this world? Why? Anyway. Austin Matthews has 40 goals. Goodness. Nazem Kadri has 33. Pasta has 30. Bedard has 30. Ovechkin has 30. Malkin has 29. Goodness. Florida Panthers trade Evan Rodriguez and Jansen. Exchange for a third, a fourth. Matt Murray, one of them, and a 7th. Alrighty. Kind of wonder. I mean, that's tough. I feel like Zach Benson is going to be very good, and Jason Robertson may be available as a free agent. So, what was that trade? New York Rangers trade a third, or acquire a third David Kampf and a fourth for Sikora and McConnell. Nashville acquires Evans, a 5th, and Josh Anderson from Montreal for a 2nd and a 3rd. Ugh. I don't know. Florida acquires a 3rd and a 4th and 2 others from Seattle for Evan. Okay, we saw that one. I still can't believe Columbus picked up Patrick Laine. Tampa got a 3rd, a 4th, and Lagesson from Detroit for Hootenin and Zada. Blankenberg and a 3rd from Nashville for a 2nd, a 3rd, and Boyko. There's our deal. Mohamedulin for Connor Timmins in a 2nd. That was worth it. Ryan Poehling on the move. Poehling in a 3rd from Anaheim for a 2nd, a 4th, and Funk. A 2nd, a 4th, and Funk. Okay. I'm assuming that's Funk. Not like Funch or something. Winnipeg Jets trade Barlow and Milic to the Flyers in exchange for a 3rd, a 7, and either Richard or Richard, one of the two. Hard to tell. don't know if we do anything else. All right. Good with that. Upgrade a pick for forward. Still got an NHL defenseman out of it. Good stuff. That means that hopefully Bryson and Jones get pushed up into the third pairing. Mammoth trade a second and a third to San Jose in exchange for Liljegren and a fourth. All right. Liljegren going to Utah? I still wish there was a way in your trade block to say that I would take on crap salary for like good picks. I wish there was a way to do that. Knights trade a second, Rabanik and Fleming in exchange for Grizzlick and a third. Okay. I feel like we've kind of run our course on trades. 11-16. I'm happy with what we've done. Dealt some picks around. We got Muhammadulin. Good stuff. I guess if nothing else comes in, I think we're probably done. I'm happy with our asset management so far, because we're still like, we're going to push for a playoff spot, but we're also in a position where I'm trying to get younger, and I think going with Coronado and then Muhammadulin has given me essentially what I had before, maybe a little less in Muhammadulin's case. But not so much, really. I think he'll be a good stable fourth right now, assuming the coach puts him there. And Coronado, I think, is a vast improvement on the second line, and I expect him to be so for a long time because he's 23. We have him for 7 years at 6.5, and he is going to be, if he can turn into like our secondary score, like secondary sniper. We don't have a primary sniper right now, so. All right. Minnesota acquired Lindgren in a fifth for a third and Trennan. Okay. That was the last deal. Good stuff. I like it. So let's see what the coach has done with the lines and see if it's what I hope. So yeah, Coronado's being put on the second line. That's fine. I was hoping Muhammadulin would be up here, but I like this alignment. So he's going to probably move up, I'm going to guess. He's playing 15, which is about a third pairing. Second pairing seems to be about, yeah, 18 to 20. These guys are playing 25 minutes a night. So the brunt is being still done by Owen Power and Rasmus Dahlin, which it should be. But here we are. Good stuff, though. Good stuff. I like it. Let's go up to Toronto. And hopefully we don't like take a nosedive or anything just because of the changes. We'll see, though, obviously. Part of the reason I held on to our first round pick. We've dropped out of the playoffs. That's rough. That is rough. So, not really a surprise. Our locker room chemistry is much lower. We're relying on goaltending. Maybe it was some good foresight then not to trade our first round pick and to get ahead. Like, look to the future. It might have been smoke and mirrors with Dustin Wolf. I don't know. Obviously, our locker room chemistry took a hit, but I'm happy with our acquisitions, for sure. OEL puts one in. Power play goal for the Leafs. That's surprising. Alright, 1-0 after 1 for Toronto. We've still got the shot advantage. Domi puts it in on Wolf on the wall. Same with Nick. Goodness. Bryson gets one back on Stolars. Willie puts in a power play goal. 4-1 for the Leafs. Scott Lawton puts one in. Oh gosh, it's one of those games. The Leafs are piling it on Dustin Wolf. Oop. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, well, Riley scored a 6, but then we tried to mount a bit of a comeback. Didn't work. 6-3 win for the Leafs. Nick Robertson 1-2, Bryson 2-0, and Max Domi was 1-1. I don't know. I don't know. We're kind of sinking. We could still catch the Red Wings. That would be sneaky in. The Leafs have surged. Let's go up to the Red Wings and see what happens here. If we get in the playoffs, it's going to be sneaking in. That's for sure. The Panthers have pulled ahead. They're at 82 points. We're not far off. Well, we are. We're in a wild card spot. We're fighting with the Capitals right now. Caps are here. Red Wings are just behind us too, so this game matters. Not only is it one of our closer cross-border rivals, but this matters huge in the standings. Danforth puts one in on Gibson. Coronado puts one in. Good stuff. Way to go, Coronado. What we got you for. Got you to snipe. Confer, Jesse Confer's brother, puts one in on Levi. Rasmussen puts one on Levi. 2-2. Oh, Dylan Larkin pulls into the lead, and Patrick Kane puts one in on Wolf. Levi's been pulled. Dustin Wolf is in the game now. Right. 27 shots for Detroit after 2. They're kind of bombing them in on us. Larkin gets another one. 5-2. Larkin gets a power play goal. Okay. I think we've hit out of reach at this point. Okay, guys. Settle down. Settle down. 36 shots, 7 goals. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. We are getting caved in now. 3 stars. Dylan Larkin with the Hattie, Rasmussen with 2, and Comfort with 1-1. Well, you know. Well, you know. 7-2 loss to Detroit. We needed that one. They pull ahead of us for the wild card spot. So Washington matters, but that mattered more. That would have put some separation between us and Detroit, and it did not. In fact, it pulled them ahead of us. Another loss to Seattle. 4-2 win over the Islanders. Oh, we forgot to do Ottawa. That's okay. 4-1 loss to Ottawa. Capitals are at 84. We're at 82. The Red Wings are also out of this, so this matters as well. If we can win this game in regulation, we at least get close. I don't know if we pull ahead of them. Coronado power play goal. Good stuff. We're putting the shots on, which is good. Keep going. Power play for Washington, nothing doing. They've got momentum now, though. Power play for us. The short-handed goal by Leonard. Oh, come on. Bryson gets it back. Thank you, Bryson, for saving the day. All right, 2-1 after 2. Jacob Chikrin puts one in, ties it at 2. We need to win, and we need a regulation win. Power play, nothing doing. Okay, Heineman puts one in, gives us the lead. Hang on now. All right, we did. We hung on for the regulation win, 3-2. Dustin Wolf with 32, Chikrin with 1, and Leonard with 1. See how we do? Okay. So, we tied with the Capitals, but the Red Wings pulled ahead. We're just going to have to see how this runs out. We have a chance. Not with losses. Not with 2 losses and an overtime loss. I don't think this is happening. We are on the outside looking in, albeit barely. Yeah, I think we're done. Hurricanes have locked it up with 95 points. Oh, no, that's the wrong side. Who's in the Atlantic? Canadians have 92. Yeah, we're out. We are out. We are out. Let's get to the end of the AHL season here. We were pushing for a spot. We did do both of the requirements from the owner, though. 21 sellouts, 16 road wins. Good stuff. That keeps the owner happy. Less likely to get fired. Very good. Let's take a look at the playoffs. We'll take a look at how our team did before we get into the AHL playoffs, because we might move some guys around. If we're in the AHL playoffs, I don't even know. All right. Let's take a look at the playoffs. Playoff picture. The Subway Series between the Islanders and the New York Rangers. Pittsburgh goes up against the Hurricanes. The Leafs have Florida, of course. And Montreal has Tampa. The other side, the Blues and Winnipeg. That should be a good matchup. The Utah Mammoth versus the Colorado Avalanche. The snow beasts against the mountain itself. That is currently in an avalanche situation. Vancouver against the Sharks. Wales against Sharks. And Kraken versus Oil. Okay. Let's take a look at how the team did. Matt Boldy was our point leader at 78. 24 goals, 54 assists for 78 points. Rasmus Dahlin at 72. Paige Thompson, 66 of 25 goals. Owen Power, 54 points, 11 goals, 43 assists. Coronado only had 40 points in 79 games. But let's take a look how he did for us once he came over. 11 points to 23? The -6, he was shooting 8.9. So not super great, but hopefully he improves next season. Josh Norris, 38 points and 79. Hopefully, again, next season, probably when he has Benson and Coronado on his wings, that improves. Coronado got caved in terms of his plus minus, but I think he was on Calgary, so that did not help. Benson, 34 with 16 goals. That's okay. Bowen Byram, 29 points and 82. That's fine. Coolidge, again, lots of growing. 27 points and 75, -12. You know, not bad, not bad. Ended up 38, 35, and 9, which makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Question is, did Rochester make the playoffs? No, doesn't look like it. We didn't make the playoffs. Rochester didn't make the playoffs. Nobody made the playoffs. Okay. I want to take a look at our coaching staff. How long do we have Lindy Ruff? 2 years left at $3 million. I mean, probably okay. 1 year left. So new coaching staff other than Lindy Ruff. 2 years. Okay. All right. Well, we don't really have any other things we want to do before the draft, so we'll just get straight down there and see what happens. We're not going to do the draft today, but we might do some pre-scouting and see what happens. Again, there's a chance that Lindy Ruff actually retires. Flirting with the playoff spot for Buffalo, not terrible. Just over 500. Made some good changes, though. Like, long-term changes. And still didn't just absolutely suck, so... We'll continue until we do the draft rankings. Oilers in Florida again! Goodness. Keep current ticket prices is fine. Oilers win the Stanley Cup! The Oilers beat Florida and bring the Stanley Cup back to Canada. Way to go, Oilers. Way to go, Oilers. Well, we dropped from 11 to 12. Wow, the Knights, like... The Knights were not good. Same with Dallas. Calgary has both 7 and 8. Goodness. Los Angeles 1, Nashville 2, Anaheim 3. Anaheim jumped from 13 to 3. They jumped over us. That's a horrible feeling. Minnesota, Boston, Ottawa, Calgary, Calgary, Philly, Columbus, Carolina, and then us at 11. Sorry, 12. Alright, let's take a look at the draft class. How come we don't know anything about anybody? What were our scouts doing? Our scouts like taking a break? I don't even know if this works. I guess we look through and just see the stats and stuff? Like, I don't even know. C competition D, C, C, A. Okay. Center 6'3", 18 years old. I don't know if this will yield anything, but what were we doing, scouts? What were we doing? I don't know. I don't know what we were doing. All right, who called it a day? Logan Couture called it a day. 701 over 933. Apparently. Jay Weber called it a day a while ago. Lucic, Silverberg, Connor Sheary, Braun, Marcus Kruger. Okay. Goaltenders? Yes. He's doing Ford F-150 commercials, so he's done. All right. Nobody from Buffalo. So Lindy Ruff stuck around. And nobody from Rochester. So our coaching staff is intact. Kind of the worst. Let's do the usual stuff. Actually, let's do play style, readiness, 3 years, power forward, skills, strengths, shot. Okay. Could be an elite medium, kind of doubt it. 3 years away. I guess we do who's available here. "23 minutes as a left defenseman. C- competition. Riley Adams. Also a defenseman. Lots of defensemen around this area. All defensemen around this area. Makes sense. Sniper, good at shooting. Very much makes sense. Man, it's like hard to get a feel on anything. I mean, we may end up trading our first round pick away just because, like, can't make an informed decision. It's like just taking shots in the dark, you know? Kind of like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like this is probably a top 6 medium. He's 17 though, a lot of runway. I guess we'll see. Guess we'll see. All right. Well, we didn't quite make it to the playoffs, but I think we did some good stuff. I'm happy with Coronado. I'm happy with Mohamedulin. I'm happy with some of the changes that we made. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. 77, goodness. Probably because he's just unhappy a little bit. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Easton Cowan's here as well. Hopefully he turns into a little more. We'll see, folks. We'll see you next time. Ebbs and flows, right? Ebbs and flows. But hope you join me again. I think we'll be good for next Saturday. I think we'll be good for next Saturday. So we'll see you then. Have yourself a good one. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate every minute you spend with me. Enjoy your Saturday. Have yourself a good one, folks. Bye for now.